Ni lah ni academician semua ni. Facing all the academicians. Good luck, Hafiz.
Thank you.
Saya
Breakfast
panggil doktor sudah tu.
Di mana tu Hafiz?
I did my PhD di Bristol sama one of Cynthia punya colleague.
Dr. Firdausi. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Nice.
Allah Akbar. Facebook Live kena?
Yeah.
I didn't know it's a Facebook Live. From Masmed kah? Masmed page?
I'm not sure which page.
I think I saw.
Let me check it out.
Facebook bahagian penyelidikan jaringan industri.
Your ITM is quite active actually, macam hosting webinar and then trying to push for entrepreneurs. Do you guys provide any like training for these MSMEs?
So far, yeah, we do, but of course that one is we don't usually have it like on a certain fixed date or anything like that lah. If companies or the SMEs they want us to come in, so we would help them lah, macam tu. Yeah. So and then usually we help people in the rural areas. Like I did one for my PhD thesis as well. So we basically gave short courses to homestay operators in Sabah. So and then about this online webinars, yeah, we do have, because that's the only way to go now.
Yeah,
it's good.
Masih kan?
Yeah.
Like
kalau kita tak aktif, sorry. Zone
masih
lock.
kan ada yang macam apa? Hari tu ada tahu like di KK zone macam tu lockdown.
Oh, certain areas lah yang certain areas, but I think now macam tiada sudah tu. They open up the areas yang kena lockdown.
But still CMCO kan?
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, still.
Tapi boleh travel in the district sudah lah.
Yes, we can go to KL also bah. Tapi perlu swab lah.
Masih kena swab.
Yeah.
Itu yang susah tu.
Kalau kena swab, kena makanan lain cerita kan?
Itulah. Saya pun planning mau balik hujung bulan, tapi fikir-fikir dulu.
Ya, perlu swab.
Sudah kena postpone, sudah tu tiket pun sudah brought forward but actually. Last time beli terus spike.
Sorry?
Belum balik.
Sorry?
How long have you been in KL for? Like, berapa lama sudah you stay di sana belum balik ke KK?
Oh, my last trip was in August.
Okay.
Not too long ago lah.
Macam lama juga tu. Because otherwise, every 2-3 months memang balik KK punya.
Let's see.
Ya, tapi itulah this year memang boleh kira lah berapa kali balik. It's sad actually.
Yeah, it is.
Hmm.
All right. So it's now let me see, 10:06 according to my watch. So maybe we can start. Is it okay for both of you, Nora, Hafiz?
Ready whenever you are.
Right. Let's see. So, very good morning to our distinguished panels, all our viewers following us live on Zoom, as well as on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, so on behalf of the organizers, MASMED, and the Faculty of Business and Management UITM Sabah branch, I, Cynthia Robert Dawayan, wish to extend our warmest welcome to all participants today to our entrepreneurial webinar series entitled The Future of Social Media Marketing. So we are very pleased to have with us today two esteemed panels who will be sharing with us some insights on social media marketing and how this powerful tool can actually help businesses to stay competitive in the market, especially now in this time of pandemic. Yeah, so here and there, almost every day, we read about businesses closing down and businesses gulung tikar, right? However, at the same time, we also hear about some businesses that doing really good during this difficult time. So it makes us wonder what makes them different from the other organization. How were they able to keep up and survive during this difficult time? Yeah. So I guess one thing for sure is that these survivors, they are quick to grab available opportunities to adapt to the difficult changes, to the difficult time. They learn the art of social media marketing, and they quickly incorporate the knowledge into their business. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what we are going to do today. We are basically going to discover more about social media marketing and how social media marketing can actually help business people, right, to survive during this very difficult time that we are all facing now. So I'm pretty sure all our participants are eager to hear from our experts. But before we start, just a quick reminder that all the mics would be muted. So if you have any questions, please just drop them in the chat box and I will read them out at the end of the presentation. Okay, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first panel. Yeah, Mr. Hafiz Hashim. Yeah, he's currently in Brunei, right? He is the head consultant for Sociable and Co, which is a Brunei-based consultancy company, where he works mostly with organizations in countries such as Brunei, Indonesia, and Malaysia, addressing issues related to organizations' growth, competitiveness, and productivity, right? So most of his work is based on the Asian security, economy, and SMEs in various industries. Apart from that, Hafiz also works closely with government agencies, GLCs, as well as the higher education on issues related with security, strategy, digital marketing, and sales. Okay, so Hafiz has deep expertise in the Asian economy and markets, having done lots of research on Asian and its political economy in his PhD thesis. So without further ado, I would like to pass this session over to you, Hafiz.
Thank you, Ms. Cynthia, for the introduction. And
All
I would like
right.
to say thank you to your ITM for this wonderful opportunity for me to be able to present on social media. I would like to share this screen. Let's see. Sorry, just a tad bit difficulty over here. Hello, yeah? Can you guys still hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you shared your screen?
Yeah. So,
All right. It's loading.
can everyone see this?
Yeah, we can.
All right. So I'm gonna start now. Yeah. Oh. Right. Yes.
Seems like I think the internet is lagging, or is it just mine?
Same. It's distorted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me try.
Oh, I can see. Yeah, it's still distorted.
Okay. Let me try again. So.
All right, take your time. No worries.
Now. What's going on? Share. Okay.
All right.
All right. Sorry for the technical difficulty.
No problem.
Okay. So let me start. It is inevitable that the global pandemic is changing consumer behaviors in a very impactful way. Consumer behavior is at a critical juncture where it has altered how, when, and where we shop and how we buy, and what we buy as well. This is also guided by the rapid use of social media, which has become an integral part of our daily lives, especially for those people living in big cities, as they offer convenience, value, and access to services that were previously difficult to obtain. Our research has shown that the global pandemic crisis has accelerated businesses to fully utilize the path to digitalization as the main pathway for consumer journeys. Digital platforms have become more important than ever, and brand loyalty has been shaken, and spending levels are still below pre-crisis level. As governments gradually remove pandemic-induced restrictions and businesses begin to reopen, there's a sense that we might be on the verge of returning to normal. However, we believe that this is unlikely During the months of lockdown and self-isolation, we have been in fact writing a new future. Now, this has important implications for marketeers and who's trying to build a lasting relationship with customers. Monitoring data and trend has always been important for marketeers and entrepreneurs to strategic planning. Given the unprecedented nature of the pandemic and the profound nature that it's causing, we believe that it is critical for businesses and marketeers to be more creative and imaginative in order for them to tackle and unlock value through a disruptive system. So these are the things that I'm going to discuss about the social media trends before COVID-19 and during COVID-19, and the tips that we're going to offer to businesses and entrepreneurs, and the challenges that they might face to businesses and entrepreneurs. So the use of digital platform in Southeast Asia has been on the rise in recent years. Even before COVID-19 has hit Southeast Asia, digital usage has been increasing in a rapid rate. For instance, the total population in Southeast Asia is currently at 662 million people, with the urbanization rate of 49%. That's almost half, basically. Mobile subscription has also increased by 853 million people, which is around 129% of the population. That's around 1.1% having more than one mobile. And internet users has also increased by 416 million people. In 2020 alone, there was an increase by 40 million new users towards the internet who came online first in 2020. So this is partly the rapid evolution of smartphones, as smartphones are increasingly more affordable and more easily accessible in Southeast Asia, while governments and major telecommunication companies are also consistently trying to improve the infrastructure to provide wide network coverage. So what are the platforms that are being used in Southeast Asia? According to our research, this is just based on average. People have been using YouTube as the main platform for social media. Second, not too far, that they are using Facebook and Instagram, WhatsApp, and also TikTok, which is currently on the rise. Another part of the reason for this increase in social media platform is also because at the forefront, technology countries in advanced countries such as Singapore or middle-income countries such as Thailand and Malaysia has some of the fastest fixed broadbands. So it is increasingly easier for users to use these platforms and to access online information. So our research has shown that based on Bain our source Bain from Bain & Company, shows that the average time spent on social media before COVID-19 is 3.7 hours, which is quite a long time if you think about it. And during COVID-19, there was an increase by an hour. So people are more active on social media. And we see that there's going to be a norm pattern to social media users who is going to be likely using these platforms. So online activities in Southeast Asia, based in 2019, shows that 93% of the population use internet to search for online products. And then while 88% will visit the stores on any devices, and the likelihood of them purchasing these products are 83%. So it is, I think it's more so to its logic in a sense where usually customers will search for their products first, what they want to look for. So for instance, you want to go to YouTube for reviews, or Facebook for influencers or their friends using these type of products or services. And then they will go to the stores platforms. Only then they will have to decide. They will decide on whether or not purchasing these products. So during COVID-19, we saw, according to Temasek, we saw that there was a decrease in searches for travel, transport, and consumer electronics. But these are based on inter travel, yeah. So in Southeast Asia, however, it differs on each country. Whereby, let's just say for instance in Brunei, there's an increase in domestic tourism. So people are searching for traveling, going to Temburong or staycation, as we call it, and then yeah. So those are the things that we should think about. But at the same time, there was also a huge increase in everywhere in Southeast Asia, such as food delivery, groceries, education. There's also an increase in video streaming and music streaming. Yeah, people are increasingly subscribing to Netflix as well, or Disney Channel, or some those sort of video streaming. Yeah. So how do we think that online consumers are gonna be after the COVID-19, or So we think that consumers will likely to continue shopping online after this, after COVID-19. This is because over a third of online consumers in 2020 came from new shoppers, and 8 in 10 consumers will be likely to use online shopping after COVID-19. This is partly because it's efficient, it's easier, and at the same time, it's at the comfort of their home. So this in itself is changing how we see how we perceive about the shopping online. Secondly, we see that the pandemic has also evened the level playing field. So the global pandemic has given SMEs plethora of avenues to compete with multinational stores. Part of the reason for this is because that consumers are treasure hunters. So consumers like to stimulate their experience, such as haggling or asking for prices, and then they usually use social media platforms such as Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or Instagram ask for price haggling, to ask for price and then haggle for the price. This is because they want to emulate that experience going shopping to the boutique shops. So we see that there's an increase in that, and it's increasingly evening the level playing field. And also, if you see as well that more people are going into to boutique, especially in the fashion industry. People are going into the boutique tailors where they like to have those one-off product, so that they feel that they're the only ones that own those type of clothing. And then the other part is that, which I just mentioned earlier in the slides, is that urbanization is also transforming the economy. The increase in urbanization has also led to the emergence of middle class in Southeast Asia. We saw that pre-COVID-19, there was an increase in middle income, especially in Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, where economic activities continue to grow. However, during this COVID-19, it's going to be a daunting challenge for countries in Southeast Asia. So the next question is going to be, how can we capitalize the immense market potential in Southeast Asia? So just like I said in the previous slides, in order for us to be able to utilize all these different social media platforms, we need, first of all, businesses should be able to understand the usage of different platforms. So businesses should determine which social media can be utilized according to specific industry. So let's just say if you wouldn't want to sell a fashion, like a T-shirt in LinkedIn, because it's not the platform that you want to use, but rather you would just use on Facebook or Instagram or even WhatsApp Blast. Sometimes people do that. Or TikTok as well, how they show the usage of different platforms and different fashions. The second bit is that businesses should also understand that these platforms are to be used for brand awareness or corporate culture. We understand that the differences in platform should will also allow businesses to create different types of brand awareness in these different platforms. So we saw that on Instagram, you would want to create a community or a fashion community, as you say, or if you're in the B2B, business, you want to create that corporate culture, saying that you are supporting this particular cause or championing like women's rights or something. Those are the things that you use towards each different platform. So the second bit is you have to present your products or services. Your products and services should be presented based on the appeal to the customers. So for us at Sociable, we understand that brand appeal goes a long way. Just take colors, for instance. Sometimes we just use red because red means power or those types of association. And the second part of this is that associate your brand with good and positive messages, especially during this global pandemic. The research has shown that if you increase the brand appeal with positive messages, people would likely to remember your products even after COVID-19. And then the third point is that you have to analyze and assess how your competitors present their products or services. You don't have to copy them in and out, or out and out on based on their marketing strategies. But then you understand how you marketeers or businesses must possess the understanding on how their competitors are engaging their customers. So the third part is that you have to seek your target audience. You have to remember that 662 million will always open up doors, but then at the same time, in Southeast Asia, we have a huge, we are one of the most diverse societies in the world. We have around 1,000 over different languages, different ethnicities, different historical backgrounds. So these are the things that businesses should understand and how they should strategize their products. Second bit is that with the increasing competition in social media, businesses should be able to identify their targeted segments. So let's just say, for instance, if you wanna sell a cap, it may be applicable to all ages, but at the same time, those different logos or different meanings, let's just say, different emblems, may not be an appeal to certain segments. So these are the things that we think businesses should be aware of. And thirdly, this is related to my first point. So you have to be more attentive to the differences in cultural, socio-political aspects of your audience. We have seen a lot of companies that are not culturally sensitive, which has affected their sales. So they weren't being considerate of people's income, let's just say, or people's hardship. They weren't able to relate to these problems, and that's why we saw that there was a huge loss for these companies who weren't being attentive to these differences, part of their audience. So the third, this is the bit about how we're using the social media. So in social media marketing, we often use the ABC of social media marketing. So the first bit is the acquisition. The acquisition is partly based on building your brand awareness. So if you remember just now with my slides, is that 92% of people are using the internet to search for online products. So this is part of the acquisition, or the A bit in the alphabetical order. So you have to create your brand awareness. You have to be aware of how you're trying to create your brand. And then B, it's the behavior. Try to create contents that are engaging and see if people are engaged to your contents. So let's just say we'll take the ice bucket challenge, for instance. So that ice bucket challenge created the behavior whereby people are more aware of that LS. So those are the things that people can create, but I'm not saying that viral media usually works. So, but these are the things that people use. And the third bit is the conversion. Conversion is about getting people to buy your product. I think every businesses or entrepreneurs will agree that the last bit is usually the most difficult bit, whereby transaction and encouraging people to buy your products or services depends on how you create your brand awareness, your brand quality, and then how people are engaging towards your content. So what are the challenges that people are facing right now? So for us, we see that even though consumer spending was on the rise pre-COVID, we understand that COVID-19 has becoming a challenge for all countries in Southeast Asia. We saw that a huge drop in GDP is in Malaysia and in Indonesia, and then the lack of logistics and support has caused a lot of companies to backtrack their products. So this has caused people to be more, you were losing out their brand loyalty just because of this COVID. And then despite the urbanization as well that we saw, like almost half the population in Southeast Asia, millions of middle income class in Southeast Asia has fallen into poverty. We saw that in Asia Pacific, there's an increase around 147 million people, if I'm not mistaken, that has fallen into poverty just because of COVID-19. So these are the things that businesses should be aware of and how they should tackle this, especially with their products and or services, how they can be able to provide a solution to these people as well. So the second bit is that consumers have more time to do research for reviews and recommendations on social media. Again, this is related back to my slide, whereby people are increasingly spending more time on social media just to read on reviews or just watch someone using the particular brand's product, and then do more research. I think it's more a blessing in disguise as well because of the internet. So there's also going to be an increase of hate speech or fake reviews as well. So people are more aware, and then that's why people are taking their time to buy or purchase these products. The second bit, and I think this is more widespread in Southeast Asia, barring Singapore and I think Brunei as well. So the lack of infrastructure. Some areas have limited road access, which proves to be difficult, especially for F&B industry. So without the roads, sometimes it's difficult for new restaurants or restaurants in general to be able to access to rural areas, even though sometimes the demands are there. So these are the challenges that are currently being faced by entrepreneurs as well as government as well. And the second bit, I think, as well, is that the lack in stable internet access in Southeast Asia. So, although we saw a huge increase in mobile subscription in Southeast Asia, we also saw that sometimes this lack of internet access or a lack of network coverage is making people to be more comfortable in buying products that they know of. So that in itself, I know this is counterintuitive, but that in itself is actually creating that brand loyalty where people sometimes just go for something that they're familiar. So some companies are losing out on these targeted segments. And I think post COVID-19, I'm sure governments in Southeast Asia have been trying to develop or improve their infrastructure. So we see that e-commerce is going to increase to $300 billion in 2025. This is based on Temasek finding. Currently, e-commerce in Southeast Asia is one of the most has seen the most rapid increase in the world. It's currently grossing around $100 billion, which is a huge economic aspect for Southeast Asia. I think, I will end my presentation there. Thank you.
Right.
And
Thank you, Hafiz. That was a very thorough situation of how consumers behavior are changing now during this COVID pandemic that we are all facing. So it's also very interesting to see how COVID has actually changed the way people behave when they buy stuff, the types of stuff that they buy. It's very, the impact is very big. Yeah, so I find that very interesting, sharing. And for businesses now, because there's just too many things to handle at one time. They need to find ways to engage with their customers. They need to find ways to find out what the competitors are doing. Yeah, and they need to find out how to sell their products to the customers, because we know consumers' purchasing power has dropped because of COVID. So again, thank you very much, Hafiz, for your sharing. Very insightful. All right. So I think now we will move over to our second panelist, right? So our second panelist is Ms. Noor Afida Ramli. She is the founder and social media manager of NR Get Social. Ms. Nora is a local Sabahan from Kota Kinabalu, now based in Petaling Jaya, right? So she obtained her bachelor's degree in computer science from USM Penang, and later continued to study in Brisbane, where she obtained her postgraduate diploma in business, specializing in integrated marketing communications. So with vast experience in marketing communications and public relations, Nora's main interest is to help clients grow their business online. Okay, so when I saw Nora's biodata, what immediately came to my mind was, oh wow, we have our own Emily in Paris. You know, the movie in Netflix. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought about you, Nora. Wow, Emily in Paris. Yeah, so it was such an interesting movie. Yeah, so I imagine your job to be like that, whereby you use social media to create magic for businesses, right? So I was really excited to meet you, and finally, when I meet you, I said, yes, this is Emily. All right, so So without further ado, Nora, I'd like to pass the session to you and for you to tell us how you do your magic for entrepreneurs. So over to you, Nora.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Madam Moderator. Assalamualaikum, everyone, and good morning. First and foremost, I would like to thank MASMED and UITM Sabah branch for the kind invitation. I was actually invited by Dr. Sharifah Norafiza. She's actually a long friend of mine since high school because I'm from KK as well. So now my turn to share my screen. Yeah, hang on. Can everyone see the screen?
Yeah, you can. Maybe you can put it. Oh, okay, it's okay. Yeah.
Hang on now. Let me just look for the chat. How about the students? Good morning, students. I would make my session a bit more interactive because I'd like to hear your opinions as well. Good morning. Can everyone share the chat?
Yeah, there's some here sharing.
Morning, Ain, Yanamira, Riliana, Yuli. Thank you so much for staying on. Okay, great. So shall we start?
Yeah, cannot wait.
Yeah, let's start. All right. Morning. Cynthia, thank you so much for the kind introduction. So I'll just breeze through my bio. So I've been a marketer for the past 14 years. For the first 8 years, I was a hotelier in marketing communications and public relations. I was in business hotels, resorts, pre-opening hotels as well. And then for the past 6 years, I'm based in Petaling Jaya, Selangor. I'm a brand manager, was a brand manager for FMCG product, fast-moving consumer goods for an Italian mineral water brand and Austrian glassware. These are premium products. So the approach to offer to sell the products are different as well. So I was handling these brands for Malaysian market. Okay, so I've worked with clients in KL, Klang Valley, and Kota Kinabalu, and Alhamdulillah, I've also will start working with Singaporean clients as well in January. Thank you, Ghazali, as well. I think he's behind the scene. Lupa, thank you, Ghazali. Okay. So this was me. So I did, I was a brand ambassador as well for the glassware, did a lot of demos. All right, so this is an interesting cartoon that I found on marketunis.com. Students, if you want to use this, I mean, you can visit the website. It's an interesting way of presenting lah. So digital transformation is years away. I don't see our company having to change anytime soon. And then COVID hits. So I understand the theme for today is the future of social media marketing. So in order to talk about the future, so we have to analyze the present. Betul? Correct, students? Betul kah tidak?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so the reality is you cannot use the methods of yesterday to compete in the economy of the future. So this is what fellow panelist Hafiz has been saying as well, that to compete in the economy of the future, we have to pivot, we have to change. Let that sink in, okay? By the way, before I proceed, I would like to get to know the students sikit, boleh, Cynthia? So these are all entrepreneur students, right? Entrepreneur diploma or degree, betul? Is it? Is everyone taking entrepreneur studies? Yes. Okay, great. Thank you for sharing, students. Yes, Cynthia?
I can't hear you, Nora. You're breaking up. I don't know if it's my connection. Yeah, I can't really hear you because you're breaking up.
Oh, okay. How about now?
Okay, it's better now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tadi pun
it's
ada
better.
breaking up sedikit tadi.
Uh,
Okay, so all right. So Hootsuite and Altimeter. Hootsuite. Oh, there's one no. It's not an entrepreneurship student. Amirul, are you an entrepreneur yourself, or are you taking a different class or subject? Postgraduate UATM Shah Alam. Ah, I see. Nice to meet you, Amirul. You're the closest to me. You're in Shah Alam. I'm in PJ. Okay. So thank you for your feedback. So recently, Hootsuite and Altimeter, they've released the social transformation report, and they've done a survey among 2,000 plus marketers from organizations, and 69% of respondents agree that social media helped them prepare for COVID-19's impact on business disruption by maintaining customer audience relationship via social. So meaning those businesses that has already have a solid following on social media or actively maintaining their audience on social media, more or less has better chance of surviving COVID. Do you agree, students? Are you familiar with Hootsuite? Have you heard of Hootsuite before? No. Okay, Hootsuite is a social media scheduling tool. So if one day you graduate and you're decided to become a social media manager or you're handling social media, Hootsuite will be helpful for you. I think Hafiz also quoted Hootsuite as well tadi earlier, right? Yeah, Hootsuite is important. Yes, but not in advance. That's fine. Sikit-sikit, start sikit-sikit. All right, so business shift in response to COVID-19. Social media played a significant role in updating and connecting with all stakeholders during COVID-19 crisis. So during COVID-19, and we are really still in the midst of the pandemic, it's not over yet. So businesses find there's increased engagement on their social media business pages, increased use of video, increased urgency to adopt more digital channels, improve relationship with their audience, increased use of social advertising. We're talking about Facebook ads, giveaways on social media, improve brand sentiment, increase employee advocacy, and increased use of customer interaction or automation. So in a nutshell, the unique power of social media, they help businesses build stronger relationships. It's all about relationships. Stakeholders. So naturally, when businesses maintain their social media pages, their main stakeholders are customers. They want to get more customers online. However, during COVID-19, it seems that more and more businesses, organizations that have extended their stakeholders to include the community, their employees, suppliers, and partners, and shareholders. Students, do you understand what I mean by extending their stakeholders beyond customers? Do you understand the slide, this particular slide? Boleh komen di chat? Yes. Thank you, Megan. Shah, okay, that's great. You have good students here, Cynthia. All right. Yeah. Okay, social media extends beyond Marcom, extends beyond marketing communications. So how to say, conventionally, social media has always been used for marketing, PR communications, and sales. However, with the digital, with the accelerated digital transformation, especially during COVID, more and more companies or organizations, they are using social media. Within the departments, they are using social media to run their day-to-day operations as well. For example, customer service or human resources, product R&D, and shareholder. Shareholder maybe not so much because I think there's a strict regulations, but okay. Let me ask the students, the audience. Let's say if you purchased a product, let's say baju on online, maybe through a website, and then baju suddenly ada koyak, and you want to lodge a complaint, where do you go? Usually, where would you go, students? If you want to complain of a defective product that you just purchased online. Customer service, FMB pages. Customer service di mana tu? Yani Marina. Yani Marina. FB pages, Amirul, okay. How about the rest? Where would you go to complain? Customer service, Shopee, okay. Customer service, would you call them or email them? Or just simply complain on their Facebook page? Live chat, yes, live chat is very much alive as well. Chat bots, or even real people. Live chats, okay. True review, true review as well. Okay, thank you, students. Okay, so 2021, the way forward. So I've compiled 3 key transformation that we are currently going through now. I think you yourself, students, you can see the changes on your social media app. Okay, number 1 is social shopping. Are you familiar with social shopping or social selling? Okay, dulu, conventionally, traditionally, we will use cold hard sell. So meaning we will use phone telemarketers, we will straight doing demos and then just sell. But nowadays, it's all about social selling, meaning as a business, in order to engage with your customers, you engage with them, you educate with them, share some humor as well, then you sell. Do you agree? It's hard to follow a page where all they do is sell all the time nowadays. It's just macam, how do you say, macam awkward juga lah. Selalu kena sell. Same thing, if I'm on LinkedIn, I'm very active on LinkedIn as well because I'm more of a B2B businesses because I work with business owners or business managers. So whenever there's a person or a connection that wants to connect, and then the first thing that they mention is they want to sell something, I will straight away just ignore them. But if they share what they do, initiate a conversation, probably share some tips from their side, and then continue to post, sharing their values, sharing what they do, sharing how they help people, then we are more inclined to help them. Do you agree, students? Yes. Okay. So jauh pula saya pergi tadi. So social shopping. It seems that for example, like Facebook and Instagram especially, they are both under the same company. Instagram was bought over by Facebook a few years back. So they are focusing on e-commerce. So do you notice Instagram? Who is an Instagram user here? Is everyone using Instagram? Okay, great. Do you see the changes on Instagram and then suddenly there's a change of notifications being pushed up and then there's a shop tab, right? Yes. So this is what I meant by social media. For example, like Instagram, they are moving towards that. So even for Facebook, they've had Facebook shops for a while, but they are they're improving the interface for social shopping, and for messaging, Facebook Messenger and Instagram Direct, they are merging as well. So if you're a business admin, Facebook page admin, or Instagram admin, you will see that any messages that you get from either platform is converged, is combined into one, right? So social shopping, that's number one. Okay, glad you agreed. Number two, short form videos. You see, there's a reason why TikTok is their downloads. Their downloads from 1 year ago to today, throughout the pandemic, they have doubled their downloads because because TikTok, they focus on short form videos, which is super engaging, and it seems like a lot of small businesses are on board as well, and they are getting a lot of organic engagements there. Are you on TikTok, students? Is anyone not? Saya tahu tu banyak sabahan di TikTok. Thousands of sabahans are on TikTok as well. Okay. So a lot of small businesses, especially, I've been observing for a while. TikTok is good for small. I mean, it's good for any types of businesses, but especially for small businesses where usually you won't have a lot of budget to advertise yet. So you can capitalize on organic engagement. So TikTok, if you share content that's engaging for your audience, memang your page will be really very popular on TikTok. And then Instagram, I mentioned previously that they are going through a few changes. So soon they will release Instagram Reels. Have you heard about Instagram Reels, students? Instagram Reels, R-E-E-L-S. Not yet. Okay, because Instagram Reels have only been released in certain countries, I think only for 50 countries, and then slowly they're building up. I mean, they're moving to other countries, but Malaysia belum lagi. I'm not sure about Brunei though, Hafiz. Is Reels in Brunei? Nope. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
So
I think also in Indonesia belum kan.
Okay. So so that's the thing. Instagram Reels, they're trying to emulate TikTok. They're trying to emulate the success of TikTok, because it seems like even TikTok users, they are repurposing their videos to Instagram because it's so engaging, it's so fun. And then when I first joined TikTok, I used to think that it's all about dancing videos. It's all about dancing, but no, actually not. It seems like more and more people are getting creative. So for example, even a serious industries like doctors or medical, they can present their content on TikTok brilliantly, actually. Okay, TikTok workshop with business guru Irfan Khairi. That's good. Irfan Khairi, I follow him on TikTok as well. He is very active on TikTok and super, I really like his videos lah. Tidak boring, which is great. Irfan Khairi. So make sure students please join the TikTok workshop, yeah. Okay, then my last slide. My session is short and sweet actually. So the third one is live events. So live events is not exactly new for social media, but for LinkedIn, LinkedIn Live is considered something new, and apparently you have to apply in order to have that live feature for LinkedIn. So for example, like myself, I would like to do live session. I can't now, so I have to apply through LinkedIn. Apparently it's not like a privilege that they give for everyone. So I think they're going to check your criteria for LinkedIn. So for Facebook live streaming, I think lately a lot of my friends as well, my personal Facebook, it seems like Facebook live, I think it's sometimes in one evening, one night, I can see 3-4 people doing Facebook live, selling bundles, selling baking workshop as well. Has anyone used Facebook Live before? Students? No. How about the rest? Has anyone used Facebook Live? And the thing is, if you see Facebook jobs, there's a new type of job called Facebook Live presenter. And they would actually pay you if you're a good Facebook Live presenter. So that is also something that you can consider. So that's the thing. Tadi I was mentioning, hang on, let me just scroll through. No, okay, you can try. I've tried it before just to do my research. So it's good to try and then see how, what's the future like and how you can capitalize on that particular feature. So Facebook jobs, okay, that study I mentioned about social media extends beyond marketing communications, right? So human resources, apparently Facebook they've released Facebook jobs. And lately I'm checking Facebook jobs more frequent than JobStreet now. Students, are you aware of Facebook jobs? No? Oh, okay. So yeah, you can actually check Facebook jobs from your Facebook personal profile. It's there. So next time if you're looking for a job or maybe a part-time gig, you can always check from there. So that's another new feature from Facebook jobs. Okay. So all right, I think that's the end of my presentation, Cynthia.
All right,
Memang short and
Nora.
sweet. Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you,
very
students,
short
for your
and sweet.
feedback.
All right. So yeah, thank you so much, Nora. So I think we learned quite a few things today. I never know about this with Facebook Live presenter, Facebook jobs. There's so many new things. So it's good to see how all these social media platforms, how they are updating their platforms in order to support small business. I mean, to support businesses. So it's very good lah, right? Kalau tidak, there's no platform for us or for the people to do this stuff. So but I believe no matter how this platform they update their platforms to make it more to add in more features, it all comes back to the to the businesses themselves. Kalau dorang tidak kreatif, so tidak guna juga kan the platforms tu. So
That's
it
true.
comes back to the entrepreneurs themselves lah. So I guess you can have all the different types, but then dari entrepreneur sendiri mau atau tidak. Yeah, so I believe yang it's a big job lah, it's a big task, a big challenge for entrepreneurs lah. right? So I guess we open for question and answer now. Nora and
Boleh?
Hafiz,
Can?
boleh kan? All right. So participants, if you have any questions, just type them out in the chat box. So we can get our panels to answer your questions. Adakah? Do you have any questions to ask? Maybe you're interested to know how to, I don't know, how to use certain social media platforms. Now is the time to ask. It's not every day you can have access to both these very busy people here. So this is the time, this is the office. Feel free to ask them questions.
Can I
Right?
add it as well? I quite agree with
No questions?
I quite agree with Nora when you made a statement about pushing out content. Kan sekarang ni more businesses are trying to create a pull-oriented strategy. It's not so much about pushing everything just to sell because it's getting redundant. So I quite agree with what Nora is saying. So you have to be more engaging with your customers. At the end of the day, it's that 15 seconds for you to be able to get and grab their attention. To me, it's the most important bit lang. That
Thank you for
strategy. And I
agreeing.
think, yeah. So,
Yeah, that one is very difficult to do, right? To sell your stuff. I mean engage with them because different people have different things, different likes and dislikes. So how are we going to actually offer everyone what they want? It's difficult, kan? So
yeah.
maybe that's where
Yeah.
market segment comes, Hafiz.
Yeah. So
We
that's
need
where,
to segment our markets, you know, and focus our social media message to kepada that specific target. Is that how we should do it, or how?
Yeah.
How would you suggest?
Because how we do it in Sociable is that we try to be more targeted with our audience. So at the end of the day, just like I said, kan, 662 juta, macam mana kita ni kan provide with everything kan? Because at the end of the day, your single product may not be suitable. Let's just say you jual, baby bottles. It may not be applicable to 60-year-old, or it's only going to be applicable to parents or the babies themselves. So these are the things that entrepreneurs, for me, ought to be aware of. Because at the end of the day, you just have to be more targeted and just be good at it. And I think that's what Nora was trying to mention as well just now in one of her slides. So, trying to be more engaging and about your products too. So I really quite agree with Nora with her presentation. And thank you, Nora, for that wonderful presentation.
Oh, thank you, Hafiz, for your presentation too. Very mind-blowing, actually. So, Cynthia, the question pemilihan.
So it seems like we have a question. Social media bergantung kepada produk atau perkhidmatan di masa kini. Semua perniagaan perlu ada social media atau perlu mengikut target produk tersebut. Amirul, do you mean that is it suitable for semua businesses untuk ada social media account kah? Itukah yang Amirul maksudkan? Betul. Okay. So I guess what Amirul wants to say is, adakah perlu semua jenis bisnes ataupun adakah sesuai untuk semua jenis perniagaan, tidak kira sama ada dia produk atau servis, untuk ada social media account? So and seterusnya menggunakan social media account itu untuk market their products. Macam tu lah rasanya. Ya, apa yang Amirul mau tanya tuh. So any thoughts on that, Nora or Hafiz?
You want to go first, Nora? Or should I go first?
Yeah. Okay, Amirul, maybe you can give an example of perniagaan, because semua perniagaan perlu ada social media. Yes, semua perniagaan perlu ada social media atau perlu mengikut target produk tersebut. So you see, when you, as a business owner, when you create a product, when you create a service, when you create your business, you would know that product is to solve a problem, right? Whose problem is the product going to solve? For example, contoh, if you're selling bags, baby bags, and then the baby bags dia ada tempat simpan tempat baby lah, and then ada USB, so it's very suitable for millennial moms, for example. Millennial moms, younger moms, probably staying in rural areas, urban areas, and probably very well versed with gadgets. So when you think about these moms, right, these millennial moms, where do they hang out as in online? Are they more on Facebook, or are they more on Instagram? Are they more on Twitter, or are they on TikTok? Or probably they're hanging out in all of these platforms. But then again, as a business owner, sometimes you don't have the resources, for example, in terms of time. You won't have time to post content in all 4 or 5 social media platforms, or even money. Maybe you're belum ada resources lagi untuk engage and in-house or outsource the social media services. So choose one first. Choose a social media platform. So and then just be active there. Of course, you will have presence. You will have presence in as much social media platforms as you can. But in terms of activity, you can focus on one dulu. Then when your business sudah berkembang, then you can expand your activity in more social media platform. Do I answer your question? Or maybe Hafiz, you have anything else to add?
Yeah, Hafiz.
Yeah, I agree with what you mentioned just now, and you have to identify the sort of products or services that you're trying to offer. So, for instance, let's just say you opened up a nursery school. Let's just say, so these are the things that you would want to engage. And just as Nora mentioned, the millennial parents, because they'll be active on Instagram or social, Facebook. I'm pretty sure sometimes it's going to be TikTok. I don't know how they're gonna, maybe toggling or something. But yeah, these are the things that businesses should be aware of. And again, it's just for us, and I'm sure Nora would agree as well, that it's more so about pulling that audience, attention. So that way, businesses don't really have to push, let's just say $300 per annum. Those are the things. It's quite cliche, bah. Kalau semua mau menjual macam itu, siapa yang, who are you trying to engage? So people will get bored easily. Rather, you would try to build an online community, sharing, supporting each other. So those are the things that businesses should be aware of them. That's how I see it.
All right. So
do we answer your question, Amirul?
Yeah, I think Amirul is. I'm not sure if he's there. Oh, ada lagi. Amirul is again asking. Yeah, FB atau IG lebih baik?
FB, okay. One thing, FB for Malaysia, if your product is targeted to Malaysians, 80% of Malaysians is on Facebook. 80%. And for IG, about 40% of Malaysians. So if you want to try to reach more audience, maybe you can try Facebook first. But if your Facebook is apa macam more towards macam something more aesthetic, for example, like home furnishing or food, sometimes usually Instagram seems to be apa macam like a better choice for that type of businesses. Apparently.
Okay.
Maybe you can share what type of business so that we can give a more better context of answers. General questions will get general answers.
Yeah, true. All right. So, okay, maybe we move on to the next one. The next question is from Reliana. So what is effective tools for seller or dropshipper to engage more customer in Facebook platform? What is?
Okay.
Yeah, what is the effective tools? I think what she's trying to say is what are the best tools that a seller or a dropshipper can use in order to sell more effectively to their customers. I think that's the question lah. So any thoughts on that one, Nora or Hafiz? Any thoughts?
Maybe I can start first because I was a dropshipper.
Okay.
When I was doing, when I was working my 9 to 5, I do play around with drop shipping. So is this, are you drop shipping from Alibaba, AliExpress, Reliana, or from locally sourced products, local products? Reliana.
Reliana, where are you? Are you still here? A local product, she says.
Oh, local product. Okay. Effective tools for seller. What kind of product, Reliana? Maybe boleh bagi more context? Clothes. Okay. Effective. I would think Facebook, because when it comes to clothes, I think Facebook ads would be your best friend lah. Facebook ads. But at the same time, to sustain apa macam once you have gathered, you have acquired, you use Facebook ads to gain brand awareness first. Get brand awareness, and then from there you can retarget them. So when you retarget them, and then when you maintain your connections with them, then you can use all the organic kind of contents, engaging contents. So let's say kalau what kind of clothes, Reliana? Baby clothes, women's clothing?
Reliana, are you there?
So okay, women's clothing. So a lot of brands, women's clothing, men's clothing in general, they use Facebook a lot because they're pushing the Facebook ads. So how they usually start is when you use the Facebook ads, you will go for brand awareness dulu. So women, semua perempuan akan pakai baju, semua perempuan akan they will need clothes. So we will try to to get as much audience first, and then those who actually click on your ad or commented on your ad or shared your ad or visited your Facebook page or maybe visit your website. So these are the audience that engage with you. So once you have a considerable number of audience who have engaged with your product, with your brand online, then you can retarget them. I hope that answers the question. Or maybe Hafiz have another idea.
No, I agree with you. But this is where it's quite different in Brunei as opposed to Malaysia. So yeah, so in Brunei it's more so towards IG. Facebook is also active, but then we both know that you use both platforms. So yeah, local the shopper, dorang pun trying to increase on IG to create their brand awareness. So it's more so, I think, more cultural lah. Even though we are quite similar, but then it's just a matter of which different platforms that you want to try. So I think, and I quite agree with Nora what you mentioned just now.
Mhm. So maybe it's because of the preference bahkan mana yang macam di Malaysia most of the people prefer Facebook, and then in Brunei people prefer IG. So I guess dia depends juga lah kan sama itu preference. Alright,
Yeah.
so thanks for that answers.
Hope
So
that answers your
we
question.
move on to the next one. Yeah, Liliana, we hope that you get it, the answers clearly. The next one is from Yeni. Okay, Yeni Mariana. She says, what to avoid when it comes to promote a product using social media. For example, TikTok can be recorded 15 to 60 seconds. What to include in the video to attract more customers? Maybe the
Yeni?
content. I think she's talking about content.
Oh, what kind of content? Yeni, can you share what kind of products? Then we can give a more context lah. What kind of products?
Yeni, are you still here? Oh, food. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Hafiz, are you using TikTok? Are you on TikTok?
I'm not, but my my counterpart is. So
Okay. So
I'm active on LinkedIn and Instagram, but from what I see on, especially let's just say on TikTok, is that those 15 seconds sometimes it's just a funny ad can be engaging because you're trying to create just a brand awareness. It depends on what you're trying to do. It's are you trying to target create that brand awareness, saying that these audience, or rather these actors, are trying to show that the food here is fun, lively, or something. So those are the things that you need to be aware of. And secondly, I think it's more so on the targeted audience as well, because kalau macam the baby boomers kan, dorang kadang-kadang mana faham our jokes, so you have to be more attentive to that lah. So whichever the food you're trying to target, and then how you're trying to gain their attention, it depends on who your targeted audience are.
Okay. Yeni, what?
Yeni has replied actually privately, chocolates and beverages, chocolates and beverages. Okay, in addition to what Hafiz has mentioned, it seems like TikTok, the reason why the platform is so engaging is because they focus more on emotions, a lot about emotions. So it can make you amazed. So for example, I'm following a travel page on TikTok. By the way, my TikTok is private, so don't bother to find me. So it's just for stalking. But anyway, so for example, like a travel page, the way diorang portray the places of interest, it makes you so amazed, when you're so, wow, oh my God, I really, really need to travel. That sort of feeling. And another thing, how TikTok knows that your content is engaging is kalau orang tengok sampai habis. That's why if you notice a lot of not a lot lah, maybe some people don't cakap wait till the end, still to the end, wait what happens, because when TikTok knows that a lot of people tunggu sampai habis, they know that your content is engaging. And when they know that your content is engaging, they will push your content to more people. So this is also a reason why some content, they don't really blow up. Sebab when TikTok first release that content to first batch, usually among your friends dulu lah, it doesn't really gain that much traction. Tidak begitu banyak orang like or comment. So TikTok, that's how TikTok interpret your content, maybe not as engaging to your audience, macam tu.
Yeah,
So
algorithm.
Yes, the algorithm, correct. That's the algorithms. Macam Instagram, for example, Instagram in terms of algorithm, if your content is saved, kan? If your content is saved, kan ada you have a like, comment, and then save. The more people save your content, that's how Instagram knows that, okay, this is a valuable content, then they will push to more people. So for chocolates and beverages, for example, for chocolates and beverages, so let's say for chocolates, maybe you know your target, I'm sure you know your target market better, but top of my mind, chocolates are more probably for kids, teenagers, or maybe it's a healthy chocolate. I'm not sure whether there's such thing, healthy chocolate maybe. So let's say if it's chocolate, I'm just imagining macam Ferrero Rocher or Dairy Milk, dairy chocolates macam tu, dairy chocolates. So I would make content pasal orang-orang yang suka chocolates. So for example, like macam a short video of scene, maybe couple bergaduh, for example, couple bergaduh and then dorang bagi chocolates. But of course, the way you do it is really raw and authentic. Don't try, because social media is all about rawness and authenticity. So of course, you use a very good you have to utilize good videos, good photos. But if it looks too staged, people will just pass you by. Macam tu. Try to focus more on lifestyle. Yes, macam kena buat, macam yang they're just 1, 2, 3 ambil gambar macam tu. Yeah. So try to focus more on the lifestyle kind of content. And then once in a while, maybe after 3 posts, then you focus on the chocolates. Why? What makes your chocolate so good? How it's different from other people? To focus on the emotions, focus on lifestyle. Hope that answers that question.
All right, thank you, Nora. We have another question. It's from Nabiha. She says, how can we change our perception in encouraging people to buy local product rather than global products? We can see in Vietnam, they prefer to buy local food than fast food.
Can I answer this question? And yeah,
please do.
Our bias. Can
you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so I think in the case of Vietnam, it's quite interesting because historically, right, you have to understand that dorang baru buka dorang punya economy after the Cold War, and then they only joined ASEAN in 1996. So that platform, dorang di Vietnam, they've always supported local first. Only multinational corporations came in later. So fast food, kalau you ambil, let's just say, McDonald's wasn't that successful di sana. And so, or Burger King. So those are the things that you have to understand, the local context. Now, secondly, how can we change our perception in encouraging people to buy local products? So again, just like what Nora said, I think more so it's how to engage the emotions about these people. Apa yang membawa dorang with your local product atau let's just say lah, you jual, I don't know, rambutan, durian, let's just say. So you engage durian pasal, ada happy thoughts with your family, sharing those kind of emotions, sharing durian together, family time. Those are the things that you're able to sell your products macam itulah. Because at the end of the day, just like what Nora said, those emotions, those are the things that will attract people to buy your products. And then if you produce it more locally and again authentic, you pretty much be able to categorize yourself from your other counterparts or your other competitors. So it's not just about content, it's more so about your strategy, about your basically you have to be more thorough with your context and how you're trying to push your marketing at all. So if that helps.
Okay.
Agree.
Yeah, I think that would help. Okay, Nora, you want to add anything
Yeah, I
to
think that's good.
Hafiz's? All right. Yeah. So I think we are running out of time. Let me see. Any more questions? We missed. Oh, let me see. Okay, we take two more lah. So, berapa masa video yang paling sesuai untuk buat promotion? I think this one in general lah. Generally, how long is the video, or how long should the promotional video be?
I would think that macam sekarang people's attention span is really short, getting shorter and shorter. That's why 15-second video lah yang paling jalan di TikTok, for example. So it depends on your product. So I would keep it paling lama pun 1 minute lah for promotional videos. At most 1 minute. Again, of course, it depends on your product as well.
I agree. Tapi macam you have to understand. You have to understand your product. Let's just say lah macam yang Petronas punya, videos. Usually, kan, those are the things. Kalau nya 15 seconds, you cannot understand the context. So it all depends on what message target, or what message you're trying to share.
Okay. So let me see. Ada lagi kah yang kita miss? Okay, the last one. So what's the best platform to promote beauty products? I'm currently using IG to promote my products. So for beauty products, any thoughts on that?
Who is using your product, Yuli? Is it more for teenagers or working women or aging products? Kalau aging products is more apa? Untuk slightly berumur. So let's say
Yuli, are you still here, Yuli? Macam tiada. Yeah, Nora, you were saying?
So let's say if it's a beauty, I just assume it's a beauty product for maybe young women lah. Young women probably in college or baru start kerja. So in terms of pricing pun, it's more like low to mid kind of pricing, not too expensive. So the best platform, so where do these women of that demographic hangs? So IG is a good platform to use, because for IG actually same as Facebook, the biggest demographic for Malaysian market is dari umur 25 hingga 34 tahun, 25 to 34 years old. They hang mostly on Facebook and Instagram. So probably I would extend to Facebook or TikTok juga actually. TikTok pun, a lot of people, their impression is Facebook is for young generation. No, actually, it's just that the youngsters, they adopt it dulu, but slowly everyone will be on TikTok. So since TikTok is relatively new, and actually I don't have the figures lah berapa orang guna TikTok in Malaysia. I haven't found that figure yet lah, official figure, but you could try both Facebook and TikTok. See which one yang gaining traction. So let's say if Facebook is getting more traction, then you will shift your attention to Facebook. Macam tu. Sometimes it's all about experimenting as well.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
experiment.
you have to try kan mana satu yang paling yeah, that's right. So okay, I think that's all the time that we have. Now it's already 11:41. So if the audience have any other questions, maybe they could email it to you guys. Is it possible? Maybe you could share your email or your social media account in the in the chat box for them to contact you after this. Maybe some of them have other things to ask about, tapi malu-malu kan? So yeah, please just share your details there. And then for the participants, you have the link for attendance and e-certificate there. Don't forget to fill in that form. And then your e-cert would be emailed to you lah, right? Okay, so Nora's contact is there. Hafiz, your contact.
Yep.
All right. So while you are dropping your contact there, all right, your email is there. All right. So I'm very sad because we have to bring this session to the end. Sangat mencemburui kita topik, but what to do? Masa sangat mencemburui kita, so I guess put an end, and then we hope that we could have more sessions like this, right, where we could discuss about more about social media. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting sharing that we have from both our panel, Nora and Hafiz. I think we can never get enough of information of social media because it keeps on revolving.
Yep.
Right?
So
to learn as much as possible every day. Okay, so now that you have some some insights on social media, especially to help entrepreneurs, our viewers, to enhance or to. Before we end today's session, I would like again to express our deepest gratitude for all our viewers, right, our participants, and of course to our very making time with us today. We really appreciate it, right? So on behalf of the organization, we to apologize for any short and very, very soon. Okay, so mudah-mudahan ada rezeki panjang umur, kita jumpa lagi. In the meantime, keep safe everyone. SOP. Have a very day. Thank you very much. Add Nora, Hafiz, before we end,
Sorry?
anything you want to add?
No.
Anything
Thank-
you want to add? Last words to the audience.
Yeah, thank you for listening to us. And hopefully, I think this will provide a very insightful session for all you guys, whether it be future entrepreneurs ataupun students, or just trying to venturing out to social media just randomly in general. We hope that this is very insightful for you guys. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, Nora.
Same. Thank you so much, students,
Nora,
and
anything?
thank you, students, and UITM as well for the invitation once again. So, last words. There's never been a better time in history to start a business, and then social media is free. You can, in fact, over Teh Tarik, you can already create a social media platform. So utilize the platform effectively. Please don't abuse the platform. Only share positive things. Jangan ada apa share negative stuff. So as a business owner, kita pun ada responsibility to share all the just the good things. Spread positivity.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, so just spread positivity, jangan share kalau tidak pasti.
Oh yes.
All right, so that's about all the time that we have today. Thank you very much again, everybody, participants and panels. Thank you very much. Have a good day and take care. Right.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nora.
Bye. Thank you, Hafiz.
Thank you, Nora and Hafiz. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cynthia.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.